are seeing this message, then it could be for you. I'm currently at the park and it started raining heavily. And then also right before I started this message, a bird literally hopped on the roof of my car. Like I saw it fly in front of my windshield, and it literally like hopped on my hood. But I think it hopped off because I don't hear it, like I don't hear its feet anymore. And I just saw a lightning strike. So the energy today is very much, one could say chaotic, but one could say very much like high energy. Like there's like a lot of things going on. There's like a lot of change happening, abrupt change. But yeah, sun is in Gemini, moon is in Capricorn, and Gemini and Capricorn energies usually don't really bode well or mix well. They're not necessarily energies that can easily blend with each other. With the moon being in Capricorn and the sun being in Gemini, it's really about having discernment on what you're saying and what you're listening to and who you're listening to and the thoughts that you have within your mind, right? Because it's like with Gemini, yes, Gemini is literally the sign of communication, is the sign of, exchanging ideas, your community, and mirroring things that are around you that reflect you, right? The whole multidimensionality of you. And so with the moon being in Capricorn, it's like now, instead of being so expressive and willing to mirror anything that lights you up, now it's like we're having to move with intention. Now it's like we're having to move with some sort of integrity with what we are saying and the thoughts that we're having and who we are listening to in terms of what they are telling us, right? And like especially with our words being what is building our reality, our thoughts being what is building our reality. Like how are we being purposeful with our mindset and our words and the things that we put our attention on in terms of building our dream life, right? In terms of building and being our dream self, and then thus that mirroring into the 3D reality, mirroring our dream life, right? So maybe recently there's been like an energy that has come and tried to give you like some sort of unsolicited opinion, right? Like right now with Gemini usually can tolerate literally anything and everything and everyone's point of view and perspective, and can relate or understand and see I wouldn't even say the validity, but just like understand the point of view, even if it's not its own point of view, or if it's not necessarily quote unquote true. Because with Gemini, I was paused, but with Gemini, like anything is relative, like anything can be true, right? Gemini is also the sign of the trickster. It's like Gemini can manipulate words, Gemini can lie, which is why some people get the idea of Gemini being two-faced, right? Because it's like, how can you agree with one thing and then also agree with the other thing? And it's just because Gemini is at such a high perspective, or its focus is within the mind, and it can see so many things from so many different perspectives, right? Which is why it's like Gemini encompasses everything in one. in terms of the intellect, right? And like Pisces would encompass everything in one in terms of like the emotions and so on and so forth. The thing is, now with it being in Capricorn, it's like you kind of have to be picky with what you're listening to. You need to be picky with the ideas that you have and have standards in terms of what you allow to run through your brain, right? Which thoughts you allow to stay and settle within the station of your mind, what thoughts you give your attention to, right? Because we know that thoughts are not ours, right? They're flowing through the 45D, and it's up to us to put our attention towards the thoughts that we want to affirm for ourselves, right? And that we want to birth within the 3D reality. So maybe someone or just something is just like you're not necessarily really resonating with some of the opinions, or just like the thoughts, the mindsets of the community and the people around you, right? And just like having the boundaries and the self-respect and the integrity to kind of keeping yourself in line, because over time that through you having a disciplined mindset, through you being disciplined in your thoughts and what you affirm and what you believe and what you focus on, you will then be able to build the dream life that you have for yourself. But yeah, like on the topic of unsolicited opinions, like it just got me thinking, like, you really are the creator of your reality. You are the ruler of your reality. You are the ultimate authority, right? And it's like, can a random person just like think about like back then with like royalty or whatever, even now, like it's like, could a random person literally just walk into the castle and just like find like, say, like the queen or the king, and then just tell them like, oh, I don't like how you're doing this and this, or oh, maybe you should do this and this, and la 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 la, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, no, back then it's like you had to request the audience, right? And when you're requesting the audience, you yourself had to be vetted if you were of value to even be seen by the sovereignty that was ruling such land, right? And even now, like, could you like go to the White House and literally like go to the president? Could you go and tell him like I feel like you're doing this and this wrong? Like, no, you can't even do that. Like, you have to be, first of all, there's like Secret Service, then you have to be like vetted and checked by the White House, and before that you yourself have to have some sort of value to yourself to be even, approved to have an audience with such a quote-unquote powerful figure, right? And so I'm just saying this to say that you are that figure within your reality. Like, yes, you might not be like a president of a country or a royalty of a said country, but you are the royalty and sovereignty and absolute ruler of your reality. And that's how you need to be operating in terms of the people around you and the ideas and thoughts and frequencies and spirits that they have attached to them, and that they're also trying to attach to you, right? Do those, energies and spirits, are they aligned with your energy, your frequencies, your spirits, your thoughts? The thoughts, the spirits, the frequencies that you hold, that you align with? And really move off of that, right? And that's really how you cultivate integrity for yourself, by being disciplined, as I said before, in terms of the thoughts that you have for yourself. And in you being disciplined in yourself, you will then be able to have the discernment to decipher in terms of other people if how they live their lives based off of the mindset that they have for themselves is in correlation or in alignment or is resonant with you, right? But if it's not, it's not. And it's no hard feelings, you know what I mean? It's just energy, right? We're moving with energy. We're moving with intention. And no matter how it plays out in the 3D, as long as you're being authentic to yourself, that's all that matters. Anyway, I love you, I love you, I love you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.